that we're talking about. This, look at that, man.
I know it.
It looks like a tendril of some sort. That lines up perfectly with this coronal hole. So the other theory that I'm working on right now, Wayne, is that the reason that we have this coronal holes is because this brown dwarf or other highly charged object, I can't say for sure it's a brown dwarf because I haven't seen it, right, is that this is further evidence of the energy being sucked out of the sun. It's just not a normal minimum, Maunder minimum.
So I read this theory from this physicist this weekend, and he was talking about wormholes. And his theory was this, is that if there are in fact conduits through the fabric of space-time, his question was that he was putting out there, why couldn't dark black holes travel through those same type of conduits?
Right. What would stop traveling through that conduit?
Exactly. And open up in a region of space, let's say our solar system, that, you know, wasn't there a week ago. I mean, I think those are some of the dynamics of at play of what we're talking about, where we're now understanding that wormholes are, in fact, not only are they theoretically possible, there's many cases where advanced science is believing where we're seeing the signatures of these.
Yeah. You know, one possibility we can bring up here too is, and this is really far out stuff, man. So just hold on to your shorts here for a minute, okay? There are some who believe that the sun is a black hole and every star is a black hole.
Yes. That they're conduits. They're actually portals.
They're actually portals. So you could go from star to star in a wormhole. Could it be, and again, I'm way out there right now, man. So, you know, hold on to, you know, try to keep me tethered to the earth somewhat here, Wayne. But could it be that we're seeing a wormhole here?
Listen, you don't think it's possible? People say to me that, well, you know, some of the stuff you guys talk about is pretty far out. And I go, yeah, it is.
I agree.
But let me pull up a picture here, Steve. Give me the control here for a second. Because this is the kind of stuff that we see. We go, well, what's happening? This.
Yeah, what the hell is that? Every time you show me something like this, I freak out, man. What's wrong with me?
You tell me what this is. Someone said, well, you know, it could have just been an aberration of the camera. It could be an anomaly. And I said, sure it could. But to me, that looks artificial.
It totally looks artificial to me. And there's people, and we'll do a story on this. We'll do a whole segment or a whole morning on this. And guys, this is the Steiger-Olson report. It's January 30, 2017. I'm here with Wayne. And we're looking at a picture from one of the solar cameras that we have trained on the sun. I'm pretty sure this is SBO.
It is.
What we have is this very unusual object. And what this reminds me of, Wayne, is I was listening to one of the researchers the other day, and they were talking about how many different they've been watching the Sun Core 3, all that, like we did last summer, and they see many, many spacecraft of different size, of different propulsion systems, of different shapes. I think it was Stephen Greer, actually, that was talking about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And
wow.
that they're seeing all of these objects coming in and out of the sun, and they have for a long time, but nobody listens to them.
Well, there you go. You tell me. I mean, the one that I found interesting about this one, it's actually fueling. And you can see it. It's got a direct connection right here. Look at that. You tell me, Steve. That's a craft. Weird, eh? And then I was talking about I want to show you a picture of the lemon sun that was actually sent from our friend up in Montana. One second. There you go, Steve. Isn't that weird?
I really appreciate those people in Montana, Wayne.
Look at that. You know, these are the anomalies. By the way, I saw probably one of the most remarkable videos over on the Bigfoot YouTube channel. They actually captured 6 Bigfoots. Right up there, it was the cam that was looking at Old Faithful. It had moved off to the left, and at first it looked like some buffalo. But as you watch the video, Steve, we'll have to pull that up for everyone. I know I'm getting off track here, but anyway, there you go. So lots of strange stuff going on, my friend.
All right, so I'm going to feature one last thing on here, and the reason I want to shout out to this guy is because I just think he's awesome, and that is Mark Reed. Remember him?
Oh, yeah, from down in Australia.
Right, it's his birthday.
Well, happy birthday, Mark.
Yeah. So let's go check his Facebook out real quick. And the reason I want to go to his Facebook now, Mark is one of those really beloved people in his area. By the way, people think that a guy like Mark is like ostracized and all that kind of stuff. He's not. In his community, he's well loved. Everybody loves Mark down there in Australia, in Kincumber, where he's from. But he was showing some pictures from his new camera. Oh, he must have taken them down. Mark, why did you take them down? He was showing some amazing pictures this morning.
Was he really?
Yeah, he had gotten a new camera. Maybe he figured out that it was not real, but he had something going on. And I'm sorry, I just wasted time. But hi, Mark.
No. Happy birthday, Mark. And if it's your birthday out there listening, happy birthday to you. Remember, it's not about getting old. It's about the fact that you're still on the journey collecting the experiences.
But Mark, I mean, he is a researcher just like us, and he has been researching this stuff for a long time, and I've used many of his photos, and I just shout out to him then, I guess, because I really like Mark a lot.
He's a cool guy. If y'all have a chance, check out his videos. It's really nice. They are good.
Yep. And then let's switch gears a little bit. This is a story on that big wave on Venus. It's January 30th, 2016. This is Wayne Steiger and Steve Olson on the Steiger-Olson Report. And what we're looking at is, remember this recent story about the big protuberance on Venus?
Yep.
Here's an in-depth story on it. I'll leave the link below for everybody. But see that big wave?
Yes.
So basically, he gets into detail to say that Japanese scientists using the Akasati orbiter, which arrived at the planet in 2015, the team used the craft's infrared and ultraviolet imaging capabilities to capture a glimpse of the phenomenon, though at the moment, nobody's really sure what's causing it. And again, I would say that the anomalies that we've been tracking over the last year would probably be a good place to start, right?
There is a theory.
Yep.
That what we're looking at are life forms.
You always got to do that to me, Steiger. But yeah,
I know it sounds preposterous, but
thing, right?
There is a Goldilocks zone, and go over to Secure Team 10's, see what Tyler is saying. He did a great video on this, that there is a Goldilocks zone about between 70 and 100 miles up in the atmosphere that, get this, Steve, the average means temperature is about 80 to 100 degrees.
For Venus?
Yes, sir.
Oh, so there's a Goldilocks zone in the atmosphere of Venus.
Yes, sir.
I never knew that. See, that's another new thing about Venus we learned today.
And by the way, we have found life forms that feed off hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid. We think that because we're in a nitrogen, oxygen atmosphere, that all life forms have to basically be adaptable to those gases. That's not true. Quite the opposite. And I'm going to do something, because I have a person who's sending me information that this is a phenomenon. Why do we have that Goldilocks zone?
That is fascinating, because that would point towards Goldilocks zones in a lot of planets in a lot of places.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's an interesting discovery there.
And by the way, I keep on, when I see this now, what I also see is the classic, maybe it's the fact that now I interpret Venus as a comet, not as a planet.
That's exactly where I'm coming from on it. My whole view of Venus has completely changed. So anyway, the link will be below for bgr.com. Wayne, I know you've got an important appointment coming up here. Let's talk about you have an interview coming up on Rex Baird on the LEAP project today, and I wanted everybody to know about it.
Yeah, thank you, Steve. Yeah, Rex contacted me a while back, and we're finally got a chance, and he wants to talk on the Ghost in the Machine video that I did.
Oh, wonderful. I can't wait. So everybody, please be sure to tune in to Leak Project and look for Wayne Steiger's interview with Rex Baird. Should be up there later this week. Just want to let everybody know that that's available, and you'll get more in-depth information about one of the things that Wayne has been exploring is, are we actually creating artificial intelligence, or did artificial intelligence create us?
And I know that sounds counterintuitive, folks, but...
Well, just go watch Battlestar Galactica from
exactly
2005 and what we're talking about.
Exactly.
All right. So, Wayne, did you have anything else you wanted to share before we?
No, I think it's been great. This is, listen, we get in a lot of subject matter, and we don't want to step on anyone's toes, but at the same time, we just want to be able to, I think, just show folks that we're in a, good Lord, I tell you, at times I feel like I'm almost like in this washing machine. You can't get your bearings almost.
Sometimes you can't get your feet on the ground. I get it, and that's spiritual. That's physical.
It is spiritual.
Yeah. And let's talk about that to leave off today, okay? Maybe we can encourage some folks. We're not trying to destroy anybody's faith, you guys. Seriously, we're not. And you can believe whatever you want to believe, all right? The thing that I want you to know, though, is it's normal as you start to open up your aperture that your belief systems are going to get challenged, okay? They're going to get challenged hard. In fact, that's one of the subject matters in the movie Contact, if you'll remember, with Matthew McConaughey and
yep, great movie on this very subject matter.
Yeah, the Contact, that was a deep exploration on what contact with other species in the universe would do to things like Christianity and faith and things like that. And what I want to reassure you is to say that the concept that God is love, I believe, is an immutable truth. And no matter what direction that you go into, you can bring yourself to that throne, if you want to think of it that way, or to that meditation to bring you to the feet of God, or whatever. However you get there, go there. He's not going to run away from you just because your theology isn't perfect. Go ahead, Wayne.
Well, I think sometimes that we get divided along the lines of science and spirituality. And Carl Sagan said it best. By the way, it was Carl Sagan who wrote the screenplay for Contact.
No way.
Yes, it is. And the reason why he did was to explore that very subject about religion and what religion would have to do when they have to accept the fact that mankind is not at the top of the spiritual chain. But Carl Sagan said it best. You cannot have science without spirituality, and you cannot have spirituality without science.
I agree.
I agree.
There's a good place to leave it. You were with Wayne, the Steiger Olson report.